Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It was a few weeks ago that I did an introduction to my YouTube channel, and since then I've been going through a lot. You may not know that I recently had an operation. I had an explant, which is basically I had my implants removed, and this was because I was suffering from breast implant illness. But today's video, I'm not going to be discussing breast implant illness. I'm actually planning on doing a video about breast implant illness in the future, and I'm going to save that for that video. But today I wanted to talk about muscle loss when you can't train in the gym, because obviously at the moment I can't train in the gym. I have to have like 4 to 6 weeks off training, like weight training. And it's an interesting topic because I think a lot of people who train in the gym regularly, if they are ill or sick or they can't train, they feel extremely worried that they're going to lose all their muscle in a short period of time. And the truth is, I feel the same. Like, there have been times when I haven't been able to train and it does feel awful. And it's even like from a psychological point of view, it just makes you feel good going to the gym and training. But this fear that you'll lose your muscle if you don't train for a few days is ridiculous, because you can't lose muscle that fast. And actually sometimes having time off the gym is really good for you. Sometimes you can actually go back and be stronger than before when you have been training really hard and you have a bit of time off. You know, if you have a week off, it's like you'll go back and you'll be fine. But anyway, so today I want to talk about muscle loss. So the first thing I'm going to talk about are 3 topics, which I'm going to cover. Now, there's a lot of reasons why people lose muscle at different times. It's not like a specific time, because it depends on your lifestyle, your gender, your age, how long you've been training. There are a lot of factors that come into play with how quickly you will lose your muscle. But the 3 topics that I wanted to discuss today are: number 1, I wanted to talk about swelling, glycogen, and inflammation. The second topic that I wanted to talk to you about is muscle maturity. And the third topic is your nutrition and your energy balance. So when you train in the gym on a regular basis, your muscles have added inflammation, glycogen, and swelling. So when you stop training the gym, and this goes down, you will appear and feel smaller, but it's not actual muscle loss. It's just the added swelling and glycogen which has declined in the muscles. So that's the number 1. Number 2 I want to talk to you about is muscle maturity. So when you train regularly in the gym, you actually increase the myonuclei in the cells, which actually contributes to muscle memory. So although it's taken you a long time to get to the point where you've built that muscle, getting the muscle back once you've lost muscle and going back to the gym, you'll actually get it back a lot faster. But also I wanted to say that this is due to also muscle maturity. So for example, if you are very new to the gym, you're much more likely to lose muscle a lot faster. But it's also important to note that losing muscle, if your diet is on point, and you have been training a while, losing the muscle loss will probably take about, even if you didn't train for 2 weeks, you wouldn't actually lose muscle. And then after that period, it would be a very gradual decline in muscle loss. And when you go back to the gym, you might feel weaker and you might feel like you're less strong, but you would get it back very quickly as well, like your strength and everything. So I haven't been training in the gym now for nearly 2 weeks. I had my operation on the 13th, but I didn't train the day before, so that's the 12th. So yeah, by tomorrow it'll be 2 weeks. And so yeah, I haven't been training gym for 2 weeks, and I still, although I feel a bit flat because I haven't been training, I still have muscle. I feel like I've actually necessarily lost muscle yet. Like I said, it does take a while to lose muscle. I've still got delts. See, when I go back to the gym, it's going to be for 6 weeks when I haven't done upper body. So I'm obviously going to lose some muscle, but it's not
it's not like, you know, 2 weeks of not training at all. I've been training a while, so I've built up quite a big amount of muscle. But it just shows you that, you know, if you have to have a few days off, even a week off, even if you had to have 2 weeks off, it's not the end of the world in the grand scheme of things.
The final tip that I wanted to talk about is your nutrition and your energy balance. So if you are in a calorie deficit or you are losing body fat when you are not training in the gym, you are much more likely to lose muscle and get muscle wastage a lot faster. And this is because being in a deficit, your body is naturally going to much more likely be in a catabolic state. So when you are not training in the gym and you're in a deficit, you are much more likely to get muscle loss. So that's why one of the things that I would definitely advise if you aren't training in the gym is to make sure your calories are at maintenance level, because obviously not training in the gym and not building muscle in the gym, being in a surplus, you will just gain unnecessary body fat, which obviously isn't good, and it won't make you feel good, and it's not going to help preserve your muscle anymore. So it's actually much better just to keep your calories at maintenance. And also another really important point is your protein. So protein is actually the building block of muscle, and you need to constantly be replenishing protein in order to build muscle. So making sure that you're eating not too much, an adequate amount of protein while you're in this time off is extremely important, because that's going to preserve your muscle for as long as possible. And if you want to go by a certain amount, you could go, I would always say 1 gram per pound of body weight is a fine amount of protein. Obviously you don't need to overconsume protein, but you just need to make sure that you're having enough protein. And also, I just wanted to say that there are going to be times in a lot of people's lives when they have to take time off the gym. It might even be something that's not their choice. Like, for example, me now, I have no choice. I have to take time off the gym. But it's really important to remember that even if you do lose some muscle, it's not the end of the world. You know, you can get it back. You can go back to the gym and you can get strong again. And it will be a lot easier to get it back once you have, especially if you've been training in the gym for a good period of time and you've built a good foundation. Yes, it is difficult, but it's not the end of the world. You push it too much and you end up, you know, your body is going to be with you for a lifetime. A small blip in your training when you can't train it's not going to make a huge difference in the long run. I think that's what's really important, is to think about the long term. You know, although now for me it's difficult because I can't train in the gym and I really want to train in the gym. In say a few months time, I'll be back in the gym and I'll be thinking, oh yeah, like there's actually, in a way, like when you're having time off the gym, there's actually no point in worrying, because that's just going to cause stress. And it's not going to make a difference. You're just going to be feeling extremely stressed and upset in that time period. So I would say another tip, which is a bonus tip, is try and do things in that time period that you wouldn't normally do. You know, things that are going to make you happy and things that are going to make you feel good, because that's what's important at the end of the day. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and speak soon.